That's funny.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, can I tell the story again really fast?
Yes.
Basically, I was from a big family. Didn't have a lot of money to go around, so when Dad said he's going to load up the truck, or the Volkswagen bus.
Volkswagen bus?
We had a Volkswagen bus.
Oh, God.
And they took the seats out so they could fit more kids in there.
The family truckster.
It was the family truckster.
Dude, the Volkswagen bus.
Yeah.
If you had
it was
that,
a death machine.
it was like, no, anytime on the road you passed that, there was never anyone normal-looking driving that.
They were all hippies.
Like, anyone you looked at driving a Volkswagen bus was either a hippie or some complete deranged serial killer looking.
Well, they didn't have the SUVs and the minivans. So, if you saw one of those on the highway, it was two things. A family with a lot of kids, like my family, or someone going to a dead show.
No, the thing is, the family with a lot of kids usually had the station wagon.
And
the Volkswagen minibus was reserved for real, like, lunatics and hippies.
Well, you've met my family.
Okay.
Draw your own conclusion.
No, they ain't hippies.
My friend. No, thanks. Yeah, well, 7 kids. You can't fit 7 kids in the Volkswagen.
You get them in the station wagon.
I'm in the station wagon?
Sure you can.
Not really.
Oh, yeah, you put the youngest one in that seat that faces backwards so they can pick their nose and wave to the people.
And someone on the hump. So the story goes, my brother Elmo's already checking in the guy who designed the now famous Wow bumper sticker, by the way.
Yeah.
He's a bitter man, so this is going to get a little ugly. But basically, Dad said that, here, I'll get him involved with this story. Hopefully Brett will call in, too. Elmo.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I was telling this story yesterday, and you weren't listening, obviously.
Yeah, well, my psychiatrist told me not to call in. I was cringing in the corner.
Opie Ernio wants to know if you guys called it the busky.
The busky, yeah, cute. I'm never going to live that one down.
Not as long as we remember.
So Elm, you remember, right? We were all little kids.
Well, first, like you said, there's 7 kids, but then we also had Karen, whoever she was.
Oh, yeah.
Some chick who lived with us.
That's right, I forgot about
A chick that lived with you?
Yeah, like she got kicked out of her family, so we I don't know, we adopted her for 2 or 3 years.
How old was she?
She was like hot.
She was hot.
She was like
a teenager.
I never heard about this.
I forgot. She was in high school, and she used to walk around the house with no bras on and stuff. It was really hot. I forgot about her.
Considering there were 5 boys.
Like cousin Oliver of the Hughes house.
But she kind of looked like us. They kind of looked like us, and she looked like us, and they kind of tried to pass her off like she was a real sister.
What is this, Little House on the Prairie? Aren't there records of who owns who?
All of a sudden, she showed up, and they tried to pass her off like, yeah, she's a long-lost sister. I forgot about that.
She was a little runaway causing havoc, a little ragamuffin in Mankato, so we brought her back to Walnut Grove.
And then, she was our version of Oliver, actually.
Yeah.
And then, she had it with my parents, and she left one day, and that was it. But she was a member of our family for 2 or 3 years. I forgot about that.
It made us all look at each other and wonder, are we all natural children? Or
did they just pick you up at the mall? We cared about her so much, we even put her in the cement outside our house.
In the cement.
Dude, I got to ask you, though, how old were you guys during this time?
We were like 10, 11.
Did you have some kind of crush on this chick?
Oh, yeah, she was hot.
Of course.
You didn't hear me. She used to walk around,
move or something?
She used to walk around the house with no bras on, little hippie clothes and stuff, and we were... we'll tell the cement story another day, Elms, because we don't want
to have kissing contests or something.
No, I don't know. No.
What are you doing?
She didn't want any piece of us.
No.
Are you kidding?
She was 5 of us. Who's she going to choose?
She was banging guys in our attic, though. Another story for another day. But so we had to do a lot of cement work around our house.
Yeah.
And she made the masons that you are.
The work you guys have to
Wait a minute. Elms.
It wasn't a house, it was a barrack.
You're either plowing the fields with your bicycles or doing cement work.
All right, here.
Hey, they had to empty the cement out of the bag so they could take them to school for lunch.
Hold on.
For lunches.
Someone call my brother Brett, because he's probably trying to call in.
You guys have the best upbringing.
All right, so,
you know what it is? It sounds like the typical American family just off-kilter just a bit. Because you're all together. You're going on vacation, you're doing these family things, but it's just somehow not quite right.
It always took a wicked right turn somewhere.
So Elmo, tell Anthony about the cement. Brett has the best stories about the cement. We cemented everything around our house, everything. And we're convinced it was just to keep us busy and keep us out of our mom's hair.
Just do things.
Yeah.
Yeah, our dad would just, he has a something I've never heard of until him, a cement fetish, I guess.
And we had cement paths going everywhere.
Everywhere.
We cemented so many paths in our backyard, we finally asked our dad, why don't you just cement the whole yard over and paint it green?
Right. It was
because that's what it was like.
He was into cementing and rock walls.
Rock walls, yeah.
Where we would have to take the Volkswagen bus to like basically other people's property and steal their rocks.
Wait, you would take rocks and just stack them up in walls.
We had to, go on a scavenger hunt and get like rocks from the woods. My dad would pull up. I'm not kidding. Back then, the Centerport area and stuff, it's not as built up as it is now. He would just pull up to a hill and go, all right, kids, and we'd have to go running out and find rocks.
Get rocks.
The perfect size
little bastards,
size rocks for, rock walls.
And if we were on someone's property, my dad would just say, oh, these crazy kids, I can't control them. They just go out stealing rocks.
We had a sand pit to get our sand to make our cement right in the backyard.
So you would mix it all up.
Yeah.
Mix the cement.
And we were 8 or 9 mixing cement from scratch.
That's wrong.
All day long.
All day long. I'm not kidding.
As Brett says, we didn't go to bed, we went up to the barracks.
Yeah. And it was like barracks because we had there was a time we had 5 boys in one room, 2 bunk beds.
As the chick is having sex in the attic.
Right, yeah.
God damn, this is twisted.
Well, you know what? That's my other sister.
What?
One of her boyfriends was living in our attic, and we didn't know for a really long time. Right, Elm?
That's right.
Come on. Tell me I'm lying.
I know it.
But the guy, he was in Harborfield's terms, a greaser.
Right.
He smoked some of that pot, had the leather jacket, the whole deal.
Sure. Well, all you Harborfield guys are greasers.
When you talk about greasers, he was like the greaser, and he got kicked out of his house, and he was dating my sister, and my sister got the bright idea that he could live in the attic.
Live in the attic.
And no one would hear him banging around up there.
Be quiet. No, we're not. This is no joke. We used to hear noises from the attic, and it would scare us because we were just little kids still, 10, 11, 12. We're like, did you hear that? Yeah, man, there's something up in the attic. And we would tell our parents, and they're like, you're out of your effing minds. There's nothing in the attic,
Well, Dad would say, yeah, there's something up there, and it'll get you if you don't do your cement work.
Right. So how did we discover that he was living up there? Because my sister would bring him food and stuff.
I think it was that one night where we woke up with my mom screaming hysterically, what are you doing? I believe that's how it started. But hey, I could be wrong.
So, yeah. A little fun history fact?
Yeah.
Rock walls were built by field hands in the winter to keep farm hands from leaving and going to find other work in the 18th and 19th centuries.
Hey, thanks, yeah.
Right.
But you might want to know why you were doing it.
So, I don't know. He made a lot of noise one day. My mom discovered him, and he was kicked out of our attic. But, all right, getting back to the family vacation. So, Dad, summer was coming, and he was telling us about this great family vacation we were going to take upstate New York. You remember what town?
No.
It was like way up in the Catskills.
I blocked it out. Yeah, it was way up there.
It was way up there, Anthony.
Yeah.
So he's telling us, we're going to be way up in the mountains. Terry's uncle, he's got this property with a house and all these shacks that he rents out, and there's a stream, and
all your dreams will come true, kid.
They made it sound like it was incredible.
Paradise.
We were going to be there for a week, and all you kids will have your own cabin. And there's a pool.
Sounds great.
You can run around the woods to your heart's content and
burn them down,
fish in the stream and stuff, right? So it had to be, an 8 to 10, maybe 12-hour trip?
Yeah, it took days to get there.
Yeah, when you're taking 7 kids, you stop a lot, Somewhere along the way, we discovered I told a lot of this yesterday, but my brother's going to help me out with some details I forgot. So somewhere along the way, we discovered that the reason we were going to see my sister's uncle was because she inherited his property because he recently died.
And that kind of came to light in the back of the van there.
Yeah, and when
we were all huddled around, and Terry finally whispered to us.
Yeah, when you're 10 and 11 and you hear anything to do with death, you just
freaks you out,
without a doubt. You don't understand it at all. So we finally pull up to this place. Basically, my sister was inheriting the property. They wanted to see what it was all about and see what they could do with it. We pull up to the place. Elms, you want to take it from there?
Well,
This was supposed to be our family summer vacation in paradise in the middle of the mountains.
our paradise, our Hawaii in New York.
yeah, this is like the Brady Bunch.
Going to Hawaii.
Right.
Instead, we get out. There's a rusted, crippled fence around what I assume was a pool, but you don't know what it was. Just bobbing beer cans everywhere. The second we exited the vehicle in a timely manner, we were swarmed by insects that the size of bats.
Oh, I forgot about
There was
that.
mosquitoes like you wouldn't believe, just swarming, going for my little brothers the most because I guess they're young skin or something. So they were like taken down.
Hey, was this the same trip when where Brett saved his twin brother?
Well, I thought that was Scott who did that.
Oh, Scott saved Quinn.
Quinn.
Yeah,
From the river.
from Rolling Rapids.
Yeah, it was just a stop on the way to, to like do the laundry and the stream and all that.
You know some of that drive-by nature you could do? Pull over and check out the nice stream or something?
All right, we're all going to get out and check out this stream.
It was Rolling Rapids, and my parents thought it would be cool to kind of just have lunch on the rocks in the middle of this Rolling Rapids. And
Wait.
And my 4-year-old, my 4-year-old brother at the time, he now works on Wall Street.
Fell in?
Oh yeah, fell in, and he was gone. Man.
Wait a minute.
He was gone, and at the last second, my brother, who was downstream, jumped in. He couldn't have been more than 9. Jumped in and saved his life.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, Scott grabbed him. There's a waterfall close by.
Now wait a minute. What? They took you out on the rocks in the river? Or you were like on the side of the river?
I don't know. We were kids, so I
It's
guess.
on the side, but the water,
Put it this way,
you have the slippery rocks that lead right into it.
There's 7 kids and Karen.
Right, the hot Karen.
And it's time to eat your peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So you open up the Volkswagen bus, and it's like, all right, kids, we'll see you back here in a half hour.
Now, wouldn't your parents you're close to a river, maybe keep tabs on the youngins so they don't do such things?
And it's just like, you're driving along and you see that duck, the mother duck and all the little ducks trying to cross the street. It's pretty tough to keep an eye on everybody. Keep them together.
Plus, we were waiting for Karen to get all wet and wet shirt.
Sure.
So all I remember was I was kind of I don't know where I was, but I remember the screams like, oh my God, my mom's losing it. Quinn is taking off down the Rolling Rapids.
And my mom's like, oh, the river's got another one.
And my brother jumped in and saved them, yeah. Oh, yeah, that makes for a fun ride the rest of the day. Oh, my God, you almost died. Yeah, I know, man.
Near death.
You have a wet, scared to death 4-year-old kid going to see a dead guy's house. That's a dream vacation.
Right. So, yeah, back to the dead guy's house. So then, we discovered that the guy recently died, and we were, checking out the property to figure out what we were going to do with it. He already described the pool. The grass wasn't cut for probably over a year because it was, 4 feet high?
Yeah, you lost yourself in it.
Now, what did this guy that died own this hotel thing, or own the whole thing?
No joke.
He owned a house with like 10 outhouses in the woods.
Yeah.
He rented out.
10 little shacks that were kind of in the woods.
Right, I've seen those places.
And we've seen them.
You drive by there and go, who the F would ever stay there?
Right, and they don't clean them out often and stuff. So, and then we discovered the way the guy died. He was smoking in bed and he burned himself up in half the house. So then I went inside. Why'd you go in? I made the cut because I guess I was just a little older. Because Darren's only you're 2 years younger than me, and you didn't go in.
No, because we're all trying to go in just to avoid the mosquito taking us away into the woods.
Yeah, my dad's like, oh, yeah, you don't want to go in there. And what I saw was horrific. I mean, we walked into where he died, and it was like just charred remain. I mean, you saw where the bed was, and it was just burn marks everywhere. The wall was gone because of this fire that took him and the room away.
Dude, these are all Little House on the Prairie stories. I got it. You guys aren't making this up. Every one of these stories has been in an episode of Little House on the Prairie.
And then there's a guy, the caretaker of the place, who looks at us. He's like, we don't get many people in these parts since they built that new superhighway. And we're like, what is going on? And Ope was our big brother who we look up to.
Oh, yeah.
He comes out of the house, and we just see the look in his face. We're like, oh, my God.
Horror.
Now we're scared to death.
We're scared to death, and we're like, we're supposed to stay here a week, not a day. It wasn't like we had to do this. It was a hassle, and we're moving on to bigger and better things. No, this is our family vacation. So then my dad, who just nothing phases my pop, nothing in the world. He's like, okay, so everyone pick a cabin. We are just scared essless. It turns out like 6 of us stayed in one cabin because we weren't separating for anything.
Strength in numbers.
And then the cabins had like big spider webs and mosquitoes, and the bed wasn't changed in who knows how long.
What old seats?
There was straw in the corner, and it was like a horror movie where you're yelling at the screen when some guy says, "Oh, I'm going to go get a Coke," and you're like, "No, he's going to die." We're all huddled in there, and somebody's hungry. It's like, fight the hunger. Fight the hunger. We got to make it
go out until daylight. Remember we had our little baseball match. We're like, all right, we'll just have a little catch. Get our mind off what's going on around us. And we threw it twice and then had to run back in the cabin. We were scared.
Was there any TV or anything?
No.
Oh, no.
Nothing.
Oh. TV. So running water would have been a luxury.
So at this point, my mom is just losing it, just screaming at Freddie. Freddie, get out of here.
My dad's taking the burnt sheets from the bed, saying, "Hey, we could brush these off, and they're fine."
I was exaggerating a little bit, but my dad, like I said, nothing phases him. He would almost do that. So then my mom, got us out. First thing in the morning? I mean, daylight was coming up, and it was like, pack the car, we are out of here.
Dawn.
And we drove into town to get, I don't know, a town that was kind of like a ghost town-ish thing. Really small town in the middle of nowhere. We get like a kind of a bed and breakfast place. And my dad's like, hey, why don't we go to a movie to, get our minds off what happened? Because my mom's just freaking at this point. The only movie playing in town at this theater that shows one movie was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Nice R-rated movie for the 7 kids and Karen.
So you all drove, you went to a drive-in? Or was
no,
we
obviously couldn't go see One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So then we were
say a drive-in, you could take them.
We were just stuck.
Yeah, the people like, oh, you're the ones who are inheriting the old Hopkins place.
You better watch out. Some say he didn't start that fire. Yeah, that's with the microbus. You guys like Scooby effing do.
That was horrible.
With the mystery machine.
So I wish Brett called in because he had a few more details, but...
Actually, Brett is here.
He's there?
One last thing about the bus, too. Remember, Dad turned the seats around so we faced each other.
Yeah.
So that's what you want. As an adult, you want to be driving for 2 straight days while 8 kids are facing each other, screaming and yelling and fighting.
All right. Does Brett have anything to add to this or no?
He's trying to call in, I believe.
I want to know more about this mysterious Karen chick. Where is she now?
We don't know. I don't know.
One day she was gone.
She lived with you for how long? Really?
A couple of years at least.
A couple of years, and now you just don't know where she is? This girl is like an older sister to you. Hold on, for 2 years, and you have no clue what happened to her?
Hey, wait, Elmo.
Yeah.
I can't believe.
Hold on, I'll wait. How can we get Brett on the air? Because he's trying to call the same number you're on, I think. Where are you guys?
I'm on my phone. He's on the other phone. He should be able to call, no problem.
The other phone.
Hold up, they want you.
Huh?
He's in my housemate's room.
Oh,
He's calling. He's dialing. Let's see if he can work the phone.
We got to give him another number, I think.
It's too traumatic.
All right, we'll figure it out in a second.
I'll give him the hotline, the studio number.
Happened to
give him the other line that you didn't hear. Okay. So what happened to the girl?
Yeah.
She lived with us for like 2 or 3 years, and then she couldn't take my mom anymore.
Yeah.
And one day she was just crying in the kitchen as like her boyfriend was loading up a pickup truck and said, "I'm leaving." And at this point, we consider her sister.
Yeah, you kind of get after 3 years, I would think.
And we hugged her and we figured out, we'll meet her at Friendly's, and
one of these days.
Never seen her again.
That was it. She's gone.
She vanished.
Wouldn't it be interesting to find her?
I hear she's like in the area and has kids and stuff.
Wow.
So
that's something.
But she was like the warden's daughter. When we're out in the fields and doing the cement, and she'd bring out lemonade, and we're like, "Thank you, boss."
Wipe it off, boss.
We'd be staring at her, wiping our brow.
Wipe it off, boss.
Nice day, boss.
Water, boss.
that's funny.
Bathroom break, boss.
Bathroom break, boss. Was she wearing Daisy Dukes?
No, she'd be there in a nice, yellow flower summery dress.
Pour that cement, convict.
Plow them fields. Well, the good thing about the cement in the backyard was eventually it took over all the fields. So we didn't have to work in the fields anymore, just cement.
Work in the fields. This is children growing up.
No, we planted stuff in our backyard. We had a mini farm, man. That's a story for another day. Hey, we're still trying to get Brett.
I think he's having trouble dialing the phone. It's very traumatic.
I like new families like this, but I never had the in-depth stories like this. But there were always these families that had a lot of kids, and then just drifters that would come in for some reason and just stay there and then leave. And
hey, man, we have a ton of them that came and went.
And they'd all because there were a lot of families like this, especially on Long Island.
Right.
I was friends with a few people that were in families like this, and then they'd be like the guy that they just pick up. He had problems with his family and drugs, so we brought him in. Oh, yeah, there's a keeper.
We were always bringing people in.
Yeah, one day they just stay, and I'm like, all right, I guess accept it. Don't ask.
Hold on, let me put Rob on. Rob, what's up?
Hey, man.
What's up, Rob?
I gotta let Anthony know all these stories are true, especially bringing in the new people, because, Quinn and Brett would come home from school or something. Hey, you want to come over and have some dinner? Sure, and you sit down for dinner, and some guy that's, renting a room upstairs who could be like a serial killer sitting next to you, and you're like trying to eat dinner and keep an eye on him at the same time. Unbelievable.
He tells the truth. I know who this is. What's up, Rob?
Hey, man.
Rob, what's happening?
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Check out, man. Had a good time.
All right, cool. Just some guy sitting there. Hey, what's up? Hey, we need the extra money. They were renting rooms, man.
I'm on the lam.
Hey, Brett.
Yeah.
Here's my other brother.
Brett, what's up, man?
You guys got me shaking.
Memories, huh?
I'm in the corner crying.
We told the story, right? That's about it.
Yeah, but don't talk about my twin brother falling into the river.
Remember that?
Yeah, who do you think pushed him? How'd you like growing up with the twin all your life? I want that boy gone.
Brett, were you with him when he fell in?
Yeah.
See, I never saw that, but I remember he was gone, and Scott jumped in and grabbed him.
I could see a poor little kid leaning over the rock, leaning, just wants to touch the water. Oh, there he goes.
He's leaning over the rocks with his little cup because we had no water in the car after the 20-hour drive.
He wanted to drink some water?
And my dad thought it would be brilliant that we get some fresh spring water from the mountains. So we all did a little king thing from over the rocks. Each one held on to a hand, and my twin brother was in the lead. And I was right behind him. I said, you know what? My birthday's coming up. We're always splitting gifts and whatnot, so there he goes.
You guys have to split gifts because you have the same birthday?
Oh, my God, everything. You got to share the same clothes, everything.
Brett's got some great stories, man.
Hand-me-downs from 8 kids. Holy crow.
Let's not forget the time that Quinn, you know what, in your mouth.
What?
Oh, you
what?
You want to go toe for toe with stories?
No, I don't, man.
Well, now you got to tell that one.
It's another bathtub incident.
Yeah, see, we had Brett.
Yeah.
You gotta tell the bathtub
Oh, is this
story.
the bathtub water story?
No, this is the truth.
This is horrible.
This is the truth, because 1 of 7, we didn't have much hot water, so I got to take a nice hot bath, and then you guys, one by one, would go in the water after me.
They didn't drain the water. Like, Opie would take a bath, and then the brothers had to all get in.
Anthony, the family dog, our collie, would go before us. That's how high in the ranks he was.
But you were bathing in used bath water.
Well,
They used to pee in it to keep it warm.
Oh, no.
We used to go in there with like a little strainer to try to pick out the hair.
So the last 2 in were the twins, man.
Like
bathing in gravy.
Yeah.
like a pool skimmer. We had to like skim the surface just to get in.
The soap scum that would be in there, even after just one bath. Oh, man.
You want to tell the story with Quinn or no?
We used to fight over the nozzle. One was in the front, one was in the back, and we'd always argue back and forth who's going to be in control of the water.
They were really little.
Right.
Okay.
And because it was so rare to get hot water, the first one in would take his legs and close off the tub from the hot water getting behind him where the other kid was sitting. So I got there first, and I eat my little, well of hot water in front, and I'm like, hot water first, hot water. My twin brother and I arguing back and forth. I'm like, no, you're
Fighting over hot water in a bathtub.
So he's like, fine, you're not going to let me drink. You're not going to let me have any hot water? I'll do it myself. Then I feel this trickle down my back. I turn around,
and he's peeing on me.
Oh, the disaster.
I hope that made the air.
Oh, my God.
World War III.
Basically,
In case it didn't make the air, yeah. His brother decided to make his own hot water, and
Brett turned around at the wrong time. There you go.
let's see what Ben's writing.
Yeah, it was dumb.
Oh, it was dumb. That was dumb. He made his own hot water with his own hot water. And when you turned around because you felt something on your back, all of a sudden when you turned around, now it wasn't on your back anymore. It was on your front.
Oh, because my mouth is...
And due to your screaming, you can only imagine what was happening. All right.
I
think we all know.
Well, there's just a little peek. We can't tell them all today.
It's funny. Then by the last bath, the bathtub was like the garbage compactor in Star Wars. A big snake in there.
We need to have a family day at the studio.
Yeah. Well,
3PO! 3PO! Open the door to the compactor level!
yeah, one of these days we'll do that.
All right, I'm out.
There was the family vacation story.
That's really, really disturbing.
And you made me think of someone I haven't thought of in years.
Karen. The hot Karen.
The hot Karen. We got her name in the cement.
Very good. The cement's still there?
Oh, yeah.
And your names are all in it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I've got to take a picture of it now.
There you go.
Come on. That's a popular thing you put on the website now.
All right, guys, you done?
Yep.
All right. There they go, a couple of my brothers.
I don't know how you got this far. That is really bad.
No, Karen was not sold off into slavery, Rick.
How do you know? You don't know where she went.
I have no idea. Is he here? Yeah, he's in there. I hope he enjoyed the last half hour. Anthony, we got to take a break, but Bill Dwyer's here.
Yes.
You may know him from BattleBots.
BattleBots, one of our faves.
The creator? What's the deal?
He's one of the commentators.
Oh, he's one. Okay, I know who he is. I know who he is. All right, we'll talk to Bill next. Stay there.